welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at pizza bases. 3 different pizza bases to be exact. Why 3? Well, if you want something quick, I've got you covered. If you want a standard one that you can make the day before or at least a few hours before, I've got you covered. And if you've got somebody who's gluten free, I've got you covered. So stick with me while I show you how to make pizza bases. So my first pizza base is a quick one, and I mean quick. All we're using is 2 main ingredients with a bit of salt and a bit of sugar. Anyway, Liz, how's it done? So what you need is equal quantities of yoghurt and flour. So I'm putting into here some natural Greek yoghurt. And to that you need to add a little bit of sugar, because I find if you add a little bit of sugar, it tastes better than just having the plain old yogurt. So we'll have 1 dessert spoon of caster sugar. There we go. And we'll have about half a dessert spoon of salt. Should use the other thing. Right, so half a dessert spoon of salt. So now we're going to add equal quantities of flour to this. So this is self-raising flour. I'm going to add 300 grams of self-raising flour because it was 300 grams thereabouts of yogurt. Now you can mix this by hand, that's fine. We're going to do it by machine today because I am feeling a bit lazy. So there we go, 300 grams of flour. I'll switch it on. As you can see, it's coming together, so I'm going to knock that off and we're going to set it aside to rest for about an hour before we do anything with it. Been sitting now for about an hour, so what I'm going to do now is make it into flatbreads. Take in some self-raising flour, just sprinkle it over the top of your dough because you're going to need to pick this up, and then just prise it away from the sides of your balls. Once you've done that, you should have a ball something like this. So get some more flour and on a clean surface put your ball, okay, and then just give it a bit of a knead for a minute or so. It's not the same as bread mixture, but it does work similar. So what we're going to do is cut it into pieces. Okay. So half again, and then what I would advise is 3 on this one. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, and then just roll them into balls and just pop them to the side for now. You can cook this in a frying pan as I'm about to do, or you can cook it on a barbecue. If you want to do it on a barbecue, you can do that. Now you have to work fairly quickly. So put your pan on to a heat, set it for high because we need this scorching hot, else it won't work. You can pick your size, it's not a problem. You know, if you want them bigger, make them bigger. But make sure you keep your bread well floured. As you can see, we're getting there. We only need little ones. It's up to you how thin you want it. They're nice thick as well. But get some butter and throw it in your pan, because we're going to cook this on butter just a little bit and then dry fry it. So if I just stick that in there and get a pair of tongs to the side because you're going to need them. You'll know it's cooking because it will puff up. Okay, once you see the bubbles on there, turn it over and then just check on it because our heat is fairly high, and as you can see, looks amazing. Give it a little bit longer. Okay. See what that looks like? Hurrah! And turn it on and put it onto a nice surface. Okay, next one. Going to move the butter over it and then pop it on. As you can see, there's a lot of smoke going on here. You really do need to have your doors open. My second recipe is the standard pizza base with yeast and flour. Liz, how are you doing that? To make our pizza dough, we need 250 grams of strong white flour, which we're going to pop in there, along with, there's a little bit left in there, can't have that, come. And we're going to add to that, if I can find it, I can't find it, 5 grams of salt, which we'll put in the other side. Then we're going to have 1 sachet of fast action dried yeast, and put this in on the other side, the opposite side to what you put the salt in, because yeast and salt don't like each other. So 1 sachet of fast action dried yeast going in on the opposite side to the salt. Then we need to pop in some extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of this in. So that's 1, 2. Go. Then we're going to add some water. So I've got 180 mils of water here, which is 6 fluid ounces according to the jug. I'm going to put some of it in, but I'm going to keep some of it as well. About maybe that much. I'll put 2/3 in and keep the other third back just for now. And then I'm going to start to knead it. Mix it in. And just leave it to go until it starts to incorporate. You can see it's starting to come together, so I'm going to put a little bit more water in and let it keep going. It differs in every area how much water you should put in, so don't put it all in automatically. Your flour can be drier, it can be wetter depending on where you are. Humidity can have an effect on it. It really does depend on where you are. I'll just turn that up a little bit. As you can see, there's a ball starting to appear in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going, and hopefully eventually it will take all the stuff off. As you can see, there's some on the back of the bowl here and there's quite a bit in the bottom. That should eventually pick it up with the gluten that forms. Once your dough has been going for about 5 minutes in your mixer, it's starting to get elastic. What we need to do is knead it for a bit. So rub some olive oil on your hands and then just pull it back and push it forward. Pull it back, push it forward, and just keep going. It shouldn't stick to anything. After you've been kneading it for about 10 minutes, what you need to do is put it to rest. So I'll just roll this in. There we go. And you should have a nice little ball. And if you press it gently, it should come back. It is starting to come back there. So what we're going to do is put some olive oil in a bowl and then cover the sides of the bowl with the olive oil, because what we're going to do is put our dough in here to rest till we need it. Pop it in there. Then go and get some cling film. You can leave it for as long as you want, really. If you leave it on the worktop for until it's doubled in size, or you can leave it overnight if you want the flavour to mature. It's up to you. There we go, and we'll put that to one side for now. We're going to start our pizzas. Our bread dough has doubled in size. we're going to take it out and put it onto a floured surface. Just a little bit, we don't need loads. And then our rolling pin needs flour on it as well, because we don't want to get everything stuck. Then we're going to take our dough out, give it a quick knead. Doesn't need much, just a little sort of roll over. It's nice and spongy, I can feel it, it's lovely. And then what we're going to do is make some pizzas with it. So I'll just roll that like that. Put some more flour down. Don't want a ton. Stick it on there. And then chop it in half. Half is for one pizza, half is for another pizza. Okay. Nice load of lamination in there, isn't it? Anyway, so put it down, shape it into a ball, give it a little bit of a knead, shape it into a ball as you go. And now we're going to roll it out. I have my oven on the highest setting it will go on. A pizza tray in the oven as I speak, heating up, because we want it scorching hot. The hotter the better. Now the thing with rolling out pizza dough is, it's a case of just keep rolling. It'll shrink back a bit, it'll come out a bit, it'll shrink back a bit, it'll come out a bit. Just keep going. It will eventually get the size that you want. And we're going to place our pizza dough on top. And then get your pizza sauce, whatever you're using, red sauce, whatever, and place it in the middle, and then just go around. There you go. And I find as well that it's a lot easier if you do it on the tray than it is. So I put a fine sprinkling on the base of mine, on my sauce, because I want things to stick to my pizza. So a little sprinkling of cheese, followed by some veggies and some meat, some onion. Now this is frozen onion because I find it works better. Fresh onion doesn't cook really on this. Little few peppers, but not a lot, because this is for my son and he doesn't really like peppers, so, but he's good enough to give it a whirl. Doesn't want tomato, so what we've got next is some bacon. Few bits of bacon, some salami, and some pepperoni. I'm going to sprinkle a bit of mozzarella and a bit of cheddar just for flavour. Cheddar. And the last thing that we're going to put on will be oregano, because it just gives it that bit of flavour. Take a little bit in my hand and sprinkle over. Now you can also put whatever you can put whatever you want on a pizza, whatever you like, you do it. There we go. And that's going in the oven on the highest setting of your oven for roughly 10 minutes. That's all it takes. And whatever you do, don't touch the tray. And look at that. There you go. How lovely is that? There we go. That's one. It's not very straight, no, but then it's very hot. There we go. On to my final recipe this week, We've all got a friend who's got an intolerance or an allergy to something, and gluten-free is on the rise at the moment. So here is my gluten-free recipe to help you out when you've got a friend who is gluten-free. Liz, how are you going to make a gluten-free pizza for us?
What we need is 250 grams of white bread flour, gluten-free white bread flour as well. You can get this in any shop these days. I got this one in Tesco's. So 250 grams. Ooh, quick. There we go. A teaspoon of salt, put it on one side. We need a tablespoon, of sugar. So one tablespoon of sugar. We need 1 sachet of yeast, fast action dried yeast. And pop that near the sugar because it likes it. Doesn't like salt. Then we need an egg white. Watch this go dramatically wrong, but here we go. Break it in half. Ooh, nearly. There we go. 1 egg white. Get in. Okay, get rid of that. Half a teaspoon of vinegar, which is basically just a drop of vinegar. There we go. That's apple cider vinegar, that one. Apple cider vinegar. And 2 tablespoons of our good friend extra virgin olive oil. So that's 1, 2. There we go. We'll give that a little mix, and then we're going to add 150 mils of water. What we're going to do is add about 150 mils out of this 200 mils of water. A bit more. It looks like a lot, but you've got to remember that gluten-free flour does absorb a lot of water. If it looks like it's sticking to the sides, oops, stop your mixer and get a spoon or a spatula and just scrape down the sides, and that will get it all in. As you can see, it's starting to get there into a dough now, so we're doing all right. Let's pop that in. It's starting to look like a dough. Amazing. Love it. And then just continue mixing. Then knock your machine off or stop kneading when you have a kind of consistency that sort of is like that. It looks like a dough, but it isn't quite a dough. I don't know if you can really see very well, but I'll zoom in on that one for you and you can have a look. I have lined a baking tray with some non-stick tin foil. I have oiled the tin foil. Sorry about this, guys, but I'm gonna have to do it this way on because I'm right-handed, sorry. I've left this to rise. What I'm going to do now is put some toppings on it. So if I do a little spread, it's got a skin on it, we're all right. Right, what we're going to do now is vegetables. Now my dad's going to have some of this with me, so I'll put onions on his side. I can't have onions, but we'll put onions on his side. That one. I'll put some cheese on so that that stays in place. You only need a little bit of this cheese because it's gluten-free, not gluten-free, lacto-free. It smells weird, but it tastes alright. So we just pop a bit down. And then I'll stick some oregano onto here. More cheese, and then we'll put some tomato on top. So this is our gluten-free pizza dough pizza. As you can see, it looks rather nice, so I'm going to take it out of the tin. Luckily, I have put the tin foil in and it should be pretty straightforward to get it out. Pizza cutter, I'm going to go down the middle. Ooh, listen to that. Down the middle and then across the way a few times. So that's one. Ooh. There we go. And there we have it. See if we can pull a bit up so you can see it. That is hot. So there you go. Gluten-free pizza. And it looks delicious, so I'm going to go and have it now. That's it for this week, folks. I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, please hit the like button. Now, if you want any more recipes that are gluten-free, please feel free to click on this video here. And if you want any more recipes that are easy to make, hit this video here. But for now, I'll see you next time. Liz out.